A husband, a father, a fearless racer. Kyle Busch lived every moment at full speed on the track and especially with the people he loved most.
Spirited, ruthless competitor on track, and I use ruthless in the best way possible.
He raced with fearless intensity, but away from the roar of the engines, family was always at the center of his world.
A great personality on and off the track. Personalities have always made NASCAR what it is.
From the track to the triad to the families and lives he helped shape with his heart and generosity, we remember the man behind the helmet, Kyle Busch, rowdy forever.
This is one of those deaths many people will remember forever. A tragic and unexpected loss of a man who made a mark on the track and in his personal life.
News of Kyle Busch's passing quickly spread, and now a 911 call believed to be for Kyle Busch reveals details about what exactly happened before he went to the hospital. Before the call, we know that Busch had been inside of a driving simulator. The call came in from the General Motors Charlotte Technical Center next to Hendrick Motorsports in Concord.
In it, the caller said a man was short of breath, coughing up blood, and thought he was going to pass out. Then later, the caller said the man was conscious on the bathroom floor, so EMS took him to the hospital.
We have live team coverage as we remember the life and legacy of Kyle Busch, both on and off the track.
Let's start with Ben Briscoe, who's at the campgrounds at Charlotte Motor Speedway ahead of the Coke 600. Ben, lots of heavy emotions out there today.
To say the death of Kyle Busch is top of mind out here is not just a figurative statement, it's reality. Take a look at this giant banner honoring him up on the Z-Max Dragway Concord USA sign. Even though it's in big, bold letters up there for everyone to see, people out here say it is still hard to believe that he's gone.
I'm from New Hampshire. This was a huge trip for me. It's been a while since I've been to a NASCAR race, so I was super excited to, see Kyle this weekend, and I think it was maybe 10 minutes after we got out of the truck, I found out the news. It's obviously not easy to hear.
I love his commentary. I know some people hate it, but he's a great driver. You have to give him respect for that. He's a legend.
Unbelievable, really. Hard to believe, 41 years old, and everything going for him to be to get where he was at, and cut short, too short.
He was very competitive, and he didn't really care what people thought about him, and that's probably what I liked about him the most.
We'll have some shock and awe. They don't have somebody to boo. They don't have somebody to cheer for. One of their favorite racers, right? And so it's definitely going to be a different air.
He's going to be missed. It's a big hole. And just, we'll wear our Kyle Busch stuff, It's gonna be hard.
As fast as NASCAR goes, it's frustrating that it's been so slow for fans to get answers about what happened to him, how someone in their prime could be struck down like this. But one thing they know for sure out here is that Kyle Busch will be missed.
Ben, thank you. Closer to home, a steady stream of fans have come by the Richard Childress Racing Museum in Welcome.
Last night, we saw people leaving flowers and M&Ms, a Busch sponsor. WFMY News 2's Christina Dillon was there today and is there today, where that memorial keeps on growing. Christina, a lot of the people stopping by have met Busch before.
That's right, Julie. I talked to so many people who have lived in the local community and been able to meet Busch that way, or people that have come from out of state that said that they had the pleasure and honor of meeting him before his passing. But I want to show you what the memorial looks like now. It has grown to be beautiful handwritten notes, flowers, banners, and while, like I said, some fans are local, others drove hours just to get here. And he joined RCR in 2023. Many fans saw that as a new chapter for one of NASCAR's biggest personalities. Fans we spoke with say they watched him become a veteran driver, a husband, and a father who connected with new generations of fans. Several people also talked about seeing him around the local tracks with his son Brexton, and saying that side of him stuck with them just as much as his racing did.
Coming to RCR, that kind of transitioned, and you saw that softer side of Kyle, which you always knew was there.
People like that really stick with me, and he's a very big family man. Watching him interact with Samantha, Braxton, and Lennox was just super hard. On the racetrack, he was somebody completely different, but when you got to watch him support Braxton racing, it was like a whole different person.
But one thing so many people told me was that they're going to continue showering the Busch family in love, showering Braxton in love, the racing community as he keeps on this journey, and just sending all their prayers to that family right now. Live and welcome, Christina Dillon, WFMY News 2.
Christina, thank you. Racing runs deep in the Triad from Bowman Gray to North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Yeah, this loss is hitting especially hard for the people who work in the industry. WFMY News 2's Kevin Kennedy talked to a Greensboro mechanic about Busch's impact.
Inside the garage at Trevor Ward Motorsports, there's a different feel in the air.
If you're not in this group and the racing family, you really don't understand. You don't know we eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff.
Corbin Mackey had a wrench in his hand under a stock car when he heard the news.
It don't really register right away just because it's, it's Kyle Busch. He's one of the best to ever do it.
News of Busch's death spreading faster than a Talladega lap.
There's a lot of people out there that's taking it pretty hard. And,
Trevor Ward still processing the unimaginable. Like many in the racing world, he heard Kyle was sick.
We didn't think really much about it, and then obviously, 3 or 4 hours, 6 hours later, we got the bad news that, we'd lost Kyle Busch.
An icon in the sport, Kyle Busch was ruthless on the track. A driver himself, Ward knows what it takes to be a champion.
I looked up to him as a very elite driver that did just about anything in the racing world.
The racing community is truly a family, a generational sport. Many growing up in the garage or on the track. Losing one of the legends hits hard.
A lot of heavy hearts, and his family and just teams he's worked with and a lot of close people with him is definitely struggling, and it affects everybody around.
For this racing team, today isn't about competing. It's about compassion and condolences and remembering a hero to so many. In Greensboro, Kevin Kennedy, WFMY News 2.
Continuing our team coverage now, let's go to WFMY News 2's Bryce Parker at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Bryce, I know a lot of NASCAR fans are curious about how Busch will be honored this weekend at the Coca-Cola 600.
Yeah, right now you see Kyle Busch's name and face everywhere at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Earlier we showed you the Busch's memorial graphic that is displayed on the Jumbotron here. They also have on the leaderboard his number 8 in first place, and they've also taken the time to paint his number 8 in the infield grass, honoring his legacy to racing. Also, Busch's number 7 truck is in pit lane ahead of today's action. Corey Day will get behind the wheel and drive this week, as announced when Richard Childress Racing said that Busch would miss this weekend. Drivers in the truck series also fitted their trucks with decals honoring Busch, a tribute to one of their fiercest competitors, who many expected to make a run for the checker flag this weekend in Charlotte.
It is, and not just us, but everybody in NASCAR. It's a pretty somber feel in the garage today. We lost the guy that everybody had circled to win this weekend and win today. Is not here with us, so very tragic. Prayers to the Busch family, Samantha and the kids, and Kurt and everybody that's involved. It's very, very sad, and somebody that I didn't really have a personal relationship with. I wish I could have, and was hoping to one day, but I'll never get that chance. So just prayers to everybody involved.
And the Cup Series RCR announced that Busch's number 8 will be suspended and number 33 will run in its place starting this weekend. They say that number 8 will be reserved for Busch's oldest son, Braxton, for whenever he decides to begin his NASCAR racing career. Reporting live from Charlotte Motor Speedway, I'm Bryce Parker, WFMY News 2.
Bryce, thank you. As you've heard, Busch leaves behind a wife and 2 children. His last social media post was about his son's birthday this past Monday.
It is really heartbreaking to look at. Busch posted pictures of Braxton through the years and said this: "Your mom and I are so proud of who you're turning out to be. You're the best kid on and off the track. You amaze us every day. Keep doing what you're doing, and there is no limit to what you'll accomplish." Off the track, Busch will be remembered for helping others become parents with the Bundle of Joy Fund.
It helps couples struggling with infertility. WFMY News 2's Amber Lake talked to families that wouldn't be where they are today without Samantha and Kyle's foundation.
For many families, Kyle Busch wasn't just a NASCAR driver. They say that he became part of some of the most emotional moments of their lives. Jennifer and Michael Klein are currently going through IVF treatments with the help from the Bundle of Joy Foundation. They say the financial support helped ease a burden that many couples never expect.
I think a lot of people, you don't realize till you're in it, and it's kind of too late at that point.
The foundation started after Samantha and Kyle Busch shared their own infertility struggles and decided to help other families facing that exact same pain. Since 2015, the nonprofit has awarded more than $2 million in grants and helped bring more than 100 babies into this world. Casey Dials received one of the foundation's earliest grants back in 2016.
And at that moment, every type of fear, uncertainty lifted.
Just months later, Casey became pregnant with her daughter. She says the support from the Bushes never stopped there.
He was their fun uncle, as we would call him. He picked around with the kids, and he had a great wit about him, a great personality. All the kids loved him. Now, families who say the Bushes helped carry them through heartbreak are trying to return that same love to Samantha and their children.
Y'all are just in our thoughts and prayers. If we could do anything, we are here. We're just praying for them.
RFK Racing says proceeds from today's Fan Day and Concord and the Biffle Family Impact Fund will benefit the Samantha and Kyle Busch Bundle of Joy Fund as families continue honoring Kyle Busch's legacy.
Amber, thank you. We will continue covering Busch's life and legacy throughout this next half an hour, as well as on WFMY News 2 at 11. We'll also have extended coverage on WFMY Plus with a special at 9 o'clock. Download WFMY Plus on your TV and stream for free.
On this Friday evening, it is a dreary one to be about the Triad right now. Seeing a lot of drizzle in Greensboro. Not a ton on the radar, though. I am thinking tonight into Saturday, probably going to be the wettest time of the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. Coming up, we're going to show you when the rain's moving in and when would be the best times to try and get outdoors for your 3-day weekend.